How to stay calm under pressure. Rewire your nervous system. What if calmness isn't something you find, but something you remember? What if learning how to stay calm isn't about fixing your circumstances, but remembering who you are beneath them? Not when everything improves, not when the chaos disappears, but right now. Beneath the noise of expectation and pressure, there is a sanctuary within you that has never been shaken. Calmness isn't created, it's uncovered. And the moment you stop searching outside for peace, you begin reconnecting to the stillness that has always lived quietly inside your own being. Most people search for peace in the absence of storms. Most people believe peace arrives after resolution, after the conflict ends, after the problem is solved. They postpone inner peace, waiting for smoother circumstances. But life is movement. There will always be another wave, another decision, another uncertainty. If your calm depends on external stability, it will always feel fragile. True mastery of how to stay calm begins when you stop waiting for quiet waters and instead cultivate steadiness within unpredictable tides. But calmness is built inside the storm. Calmness is not proven in comfort. It is forged in intensity. Like a tree that grows deeper roots during strong winds, emotional resilience strengthens under pressure. The storm reveals where you are rigid and where you are adaptable. When you allow challenge to refine you instead of define you, you build internal stability. This is the deeper truth of how to stay calm, not avoiding adversity, but becoming grounded enough to move through it without losing yourself. Your mind moves like wild horses. Your thoughts can run faster than reality. One small trigger can spiral into imagined futures filled with fear, doubt, or regret. The mind is powerful, but without awareness, it becomes reactive. And when your thoughts accelerate, your nervous system follows, tightening, bracing, preparing for danger that may not even exist. Recognizing this pattern is the first step in learning how to stay calm. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness observing them. And you are the one holding the reins. Even when your thoughts feel uncontrollable, you are still the one holding the reins. Awareness gives you choice. With a single conscious breath, you interrupt momentum. With a small shift in focus, you redirect your internal energy. Learning how to stay calm is not about suppressing thoughts, it's about guiding them. When you gently bring your mind back to the present moment, you reclaim authority over your internal state, and that authority restores stability. Breath is your anchor. Your breath is the most immediate tool you have for nervous system regulation. It is always available, always neutral, always present. When you inhale slowly and exhale fully, you signal safety to your body. And safety is the foundation of inner peace. Mastering how to stay calm begins with mastering your breath. Each conscious inhale grounds you. Each slow exhale releases stored tension. Breath reconnects you to now, and now is where calm lives. Feelings are clouds, not permanent skies. Emotions can feel overwhelming, but they are temporary currents of energy moving through your system. They are not permanent identities. When you label yourself as anxious, angry, or overwhelmed, you solidify something that was meant to pass. But when you observe feelings as clouds drifting across awareness, they soften naturally. Learning how to stay calm requires allowing emotions without attaching to them. What you witness with compassion loses its intensity. The pause changes everything. Between what happens and how you respond lies a sacred pause. Most people skip it. They react instantly from conditioning. But the mindful pause is where emotional mastery is built. In that space, you interrupt old subconscious patterns. You choose clarity over impulse. When you practice pausing before reacting, you begin rewiring your nervous system. This is not suppression, it is conscious response. And this is the deeper art of how to stay calm. Reacting drains you, responding strengthens you. Reaction is fast, emotional, and often regretful. It pulls from fear, ego, and survival patterns. Response is slower, grounded, and intentional. It comes from awareness. When you respond instead of react, your energy stays intact. Emotional resilience grows each time you choose steadiness over impulse. Over time, calmness becomes your baseline rather than your effort. And suddenly, how to stay calm no longer feels like a struggle. It feels like strength. Resilience is not built overnight. Resilience is formed through repetition, not perfection. Every time you choose breath over panic, awareness over reaction, you strengthen new neural pathways. Growth may feel slow, but consistency builds emotional endurance. You are not meant to master calm in one moment. You are meant to practice it daily. Learning how to stay calm is like training a muscle, subtle, steady, and powerful over time. Smooth seas never made skillful sailors. Life's challenges are not interruptions, they are initiations. Just as sailors develop skill in rough waters, you develop inner strength in adversity. Every uncomfortable experience reveals where growth is ready to occur. When you stop resisting difficulty and start seeing it as refinement, something shifts inside you. Emotional resilience becomes embodied wisdom, and your capacity for calm expands beyond circumstance. What if this challenge is shaping you? Instead of asking, "Why is this happening?" try asking, "Who is this shaping me into?" Reframing transforms suffering into strength. Challenges refine identity. They expose beliefs that need healing. They invite subconscious reprogramming. When you shift perspective, stress loses its grip. This subtle mental adjustment is one of the most powerful ways to practice how to stay calm in real time. Your words shape your inner environment. The language you use becomes the atmosphere your nervous system lives in. Harsh self-talk creates internal threat. Compassionate words create safety. When you speak gently to yourself, your body relaxes. Self-concept healing begins in tone. Mastering how to stay calm requires awareness of your inner dialogue. Words either regulate you or destabilize you. Choose language that soothes, not scars. Compassion regulates the nervous system. Compassion is not indulgence. It is biological regulation. When you meet yourself with understanding instead of judgment, your stress response decreases. Your heart rate slows. Your breath deepens. Emotional safety increases. Calmness becomes accessible. True strength includes softness. And the more compassion you cultivate inwardly, the easier it becomes to remain steady outwardly. Control is often the source of anxiety. Anxiety often hides beneath the need to control. You try to manage every detail to prevent discomfort, but control creates tension in the body. It keeps you braced for impact. When life moves unpredictably, resistance intensifies stress. Learning how to stay calm requires loosening the grip. Control feels protective, but surrender restores peace. Surrender creates space. Surrender does not mean defeat. It means trusting the flow of life. When you release rigid expectations, your body softens. Your breath steadies. Mental clarity returns. Space opens for solutions you could not see while resisting. Surrender conserves energy, and energy conserved becomes stability. Stillness is nourishment. In a world of constant stimulation, stillness becomes medicine. Silence recalibrates your mind. Nature restores balance to your nervous system. When you carve out quiet moments, you replenish emotional reserves. Calm requires intentional pauses. Without them, overwhelm accumulates. With them, clarity expands. Disconnect to reconnect. Constant input fragments your attention. Notifications, noise, and expectations overstimulate the mind. When you disconnect from external chaos, you reconnect to internal awareness. Simplicity restores coherence, and coherence stabilizes emotion. Sometimes learning how to stay calm means choosing less, not more. Calm is not suppression. Calmness is not pretending everything is fine. It is feeling fully without being consumed. Suppression traps emotion in the body. Awareness allows it to move through. When you witness emotion with curiosity instead of resistance, intensity dissolves faster. This is emotional intelligence in action. Your body listens to your thoughts. Your nervous system interprets self-criticism as danger. It cannot distinguish between internal attack and external threat. Gentle thoughts create safety. Safety reduces stress hormones. And reduced stress creates calm. What you repeatedly think becomes what your body believes. Safety is the root of inner peace. When your body feels safe, your mind settles naturally. You do not have to force peace. It arises from regulation. This is why breath, compassion, and mindful pauses are foundational to mastering how to stay calm. Peace grows from safety. You are stronger than the storm. Every storm feels permanent while you are inside it. But storms pass. They always do. You have survived every difficult moment before this one. That resilience lives within you now. Trust your capacity to endure and evolve. Calmness is a daily practice. Calm is not a personality trait you're born with. It is a discipline of awareness practiced daily. Just like strengthening a muscle, emotional stability develops through repetition. The way you begin your morning matters. The tone you speak to yourself matters. The pauses you allow during stress matter. Learning how to stay calm is not about one breakthrough moment. It's about small, consistent rituals that regulate your nervous system. Breath, reflection, gentle reframing. Over time, these daily practices stop feeling like effort and start becoming identity. 3 breaths can reset your entire state. Your body responds to breath faster than it responds to thought. When you inhale slowly through your nose and exhale fully through your mouth, your nervous system shifts out of fight or flight. In just 3 intentional breaths, your heart rate slows, your muscles soften, and your mind clears. This is not spiritual theory. It is biological design. If you ever feel overwhelmed and don't know how to stay calm, begin here. 3 breaths, no overthinking, no analysis, just breath guiding you back into your body. Growth requires discomfort. Growth is rarely comfortable. Expansion stretches identity. It challenges old patterns. It invites you to respond differently than you did before. When discomfort arises, it doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're evolving. Emotional resilience strengthens every time you stay present instead of escaping. The art of how to stay calm deepens when you allow discomfort without collapsing into it. You don't need to eliminate tension instantly. You simply need to remain conscious while moving through it. But peace is always accessible. No matter how loud life becomes, there is always a quieter layer underneath. Peace is not something you earn. It is something you access. Beneath fear, beneath stress, beneath expectation, your inner sanctuary remains intact. When you place your hand over your heart and breathe slowly, you reconnect to that stillness. Mastering how to stay calm is remembering that calm is never gone. It is simply waiting beneath distraction for your attention to return. Inner alignment creates outer stability. Your outer world mirrors your internal state more than you realize. When your mind is scattered, decisions become reactive. When your nervous system is regulated, choices become clear. Alignment means your thoughts, emotions, and actions move in the same direction. And when that coherence forms, stability follows naturally. Learning how to stay calm isn't just about feeling better, it's about living better. Calm decisions create consistent outcomes. Internal steadiness produces external reliability. You don't need a different life to feel calm. Many people believe they need different circumstances to feel peaceful: a new job, a new relationship, fewer responsibilities. But often, what needs to shift is not your environment, but your relationship with your thoughts. When you regulate your nervous system and soften your inner dialogue, your current life begins to feel different. Calmness doesn't require perfection, it requires awareness. The moment you understand how to stay calm, even ordinary moments feel lighter. The art of staying calm is strength. Calmness is often mistaken for passivity, but it is one of the greatest forms of strength. It takes courage to remain grounded when emotions rise. It takes discipline to respond with clarity instead of impulse. True power is not loud, it is steady. When you master how to stay calm, you stop being controlled by circumstances. You become centered within them. That stability radiates into your relationships, your decisions, and your manifestations. Comment "I am unshakable" if you're choosing calm. If this message resonated with you and you are ready to embody emotional resilience in your daily life, comment "I am unshakable." Not as a performance, not as perfection, but as intention. Every time you choose breath over panic, awareness over reaction, compassion over criticism, you reinforce that identity. Learning how to stay calm is a lifelong journey, and today you took a powerful step. Your nervous system is listening, and your future is shaped by what you practice now.